If it's not for Ghana, as a Nigerian, I would have been running with the impression or the euphoria that the Islamic man or the Muslim man is an enemy by default to a Christian man.
Nigerians really need to learn from Ghana. Yes, Nigerians saying you people really need to learn from Ghana how their Muslims and Christians are living together, are living peacefully. Yes.
A lot of Nigerians that are living in Ghana have actually come out to say that Ghana has actually made them to realize that Christians and Muslims can live in peace and harmony because of the recent happenings in Nigeria between Christians and Muslims. You guys, these Nigerians were saying that in Ghana, Christians and Muslims live in harmony without any conflict. Ghana has been the home for all, and that is why Ghana is called a peaceful country, a very peaceful country. You're going to be watching our videos of Nigerians testifying and other Ghanaians giving the reason how they were being educated from childhood to live within one another, Christian and Muslim. I'm going to be allowing you guys to watch this video, but please do well by liking this video, subscribe and share.
If it's not for Ghana, as a Nigerian, I would have been running with the impression or the euphoria that the Islamic man or the Muslim man is an enemy by default to a Christian man. If it's not for Ghana, as a Nigerian, I would have been running with the impression that by default, a Muslim hates a Christian as a Christian hates a Muslim. You see, one thing a lot of people don't understand is that by the virtue of being a Nigerian, we have a lot of things defined upside down as in comparison to what it should be. That is exactly what a society that has failed will do to you as an individual. You will continue running around and be thinking that A is B, whereas B is A. You continue running around thinking that good is evil, whereas evil is good. I'm telling you the truth. You will continue thinking that what is good is evil, whereas it's actually what is good that is good. You wouldn't know, and you'll be thinking that evil is good. That is the situation we found ourselves in Nigeria. That's why when we open our mouth to say that as far as Ghana has peace, Ghana can fly to any level. As far as Ghana has peace, let me put it this way: any society that has peace, any society that is known for peace, the sky is their starting point. It is only when they tell themselves we want to stop that they will stop. And as far as I'm concerned, Ghana only stops when they want to stop. If Ghana wants to get to any level, if they want a level above the US, Ghana can achieve it, believe me. You see, a peaceful society is the greatest asset any society can find. A peaceful society is the great. That's why in the old times people go to war because of peace. People go to war because of liberation. Peace is the master of freedom. Peace is the master of truth. Where there is peace, peace is an evidence of love in a society. You come to Ghana and you see Muslims and Christians. I'm trying to understand these things. I don't know, Ghanaians, please help me out. Come to my comment section and tell me how you people were able to achieve this. I talk about how Ghanaians were able to establish this brotherhood, this strong bond between Muslims and Christians, and they even come to my comment section to make it worse. They put it in such ways that I have no need, I can't comprehend it, and I keep shouting and I keep saying no way. You hear someone say in my comment section, I'm a Christian, but I go to the mosque at so time. You hear someone say, I'm a Muslim, but we're even waiting for Christmas Day. And then you hear someone say, if I disengage with my Muslim brother, who's going to give me something? There's something they usually write. And I'm like, what mentality? What mentality? Now this oh my God, Ghanaians. Now I'm drawing a lot of findings from Ghanaians. Listen, this gives you a little hint, a little clue in knowing that what's happening in Nigeria right now is politically driven. It's not natural. It is politically driven. Nigerians, you see that thing I keep telling you people about, a society that has this lust for money. You see, when we say, the love of money is not evil. It is the root of all evil, which means that it is more devilish than the devil itself. I'm telling you the truth. Now, I talked about how Ghanaians were able to establish peace and how they were able to establish so much bond between Muslims and Christians that you can't even separate the religion. You can't even see them. They don't define themselves based on religion. I talked about this many months or few years ago, and now look at the genocide happening in Nigeria. It's coming out to the surface. And when I talked about this, a lot of Nigerians never saw this as an asset. As a matter of fact, this is the crux of any development. I don't care your definition of development. I don't care your standard of comparison between a society that is developed. But the fact that a particular society has been able to harness peace to the extent, do you know, when you harness peace to the extent that religious-wise, people don't see themselves differently. I mean, that is the crux of the matter when we want to talk about development. And this is owed to the fact that Ghanaians are not money conscious. You see, this is part of the evidence of a non-money conscious man.
Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you're watching me from. This is Ghana Boy. So guys, quick one. I saw a video of this Nigerian guy called Ace, where he was questioning Ghanaians on how, you know, looking at what is happening in Nigeria between Christians and Muslims and some other countries, you know, where Christians need Muslims, and he was asking on how Ghana we've been able to, you know, merge Christians and Muslims. Like, you know, the bond between Christians and Muslims in Ghana is too tight. Like, Ghana is one of the only countries where you see a mosque on your left hand side, and then just across the road there's a church there, and when the two of them they finish praying, they all come together, they shake each other, they play and all that. And it's this thing that has been going on in Ghana between the two religions, Christian and Muslims. It is something to do with, you know, how we were trained from childhood. From childhood, growing up in Ghana, we all grew up in Ghana, and growing up in Ghana, you know, you dare not go against. There is this bond. Like, as a Christian, you dare not go against Muslims, or you dare not, you know, growing up as a kid, you dare not go in a situation where you say you are not happy with Muslims. Masa Sanla meat bebo. There's what we call Sanla meat. Now the Sanla meat is, you know, Muslims, they have their various festivals, Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Adha. And as a Christian, during that period, during that festive period, if you have problems with Muslims, you are not going to chew meat. So every Christian has one or two Muslim friends. When it's getting to Sanla, we'll go and then we'll enjoy meat. The same way Christmas as well for Christians, you see Muslims going to events with Christians together, you know, even on 31st night, you have, I know so many Muslims, Farouk, Abdullah, I know so many of my friends I grew up with, they don't joke with 31st service night in church. They are Muslims. But when it's 31st night, they all come to church together with the Christians, we go and dance. It's like the bond between Muslims and Christians in Ghana is very strong, especially in our schools. In every schools, you know, there are these Muslims, there are these Christians, and we always come together. We always come together in Ghana. That is Muslims and Christians. The likes of Abdullah, Suleiman, Yaira, Fatih, mention, you know, and it is very lovely. And I think this is what Nigerians need to learn from Ghana. You know, you need to learn how to be. We are all one people. Muslims, Christians, we are all one people. We all have different religions, yes. We all have different ways of worshiping, whatever, yes. But we are all one people. And as Ghanaians, we do understand that very aspect of life. And it has really helped us a lot. From the Sanla meat, from the Sanla cow, you know. And one thing about the Muslims too is that prior to Sanla, they bring the cows, and when they buy the cows, they tie them just in front of their houses. So you know there is a Muslim, or you know this house is a Muslim's house. You see the cow being tied in front of the house, and you know that definitely that cow which they've brought is for Sanla. So you dare not have problem with them. Masa, Sanla meat no unyanre, and that meat is Charlie. Sanla meat, you don't joke with Sanla meat too, especially the one, you know, they sit, the Muslim boys, they sit on the streets, and then they'll have somebody roasting the meat. Charlie, Ghana, Muslims and Christians in Ghana, I clap for you guys.
This has actually bothered me for a very long time, but I want to ask, and I want to bring to you guys. So as you can see in this video, this is Ghana, okay, Winneba. You see a church, and this church is called Freedom Temple, and then a mosque just are closer. Okay, so the Christians will go to church, the Muslims will go to mosque, and they live peacefully. I want to understand, why can't this happen in Nigeria? What is actually the difference, or what is really going on? And just adjacent it, there's another mosque and church. And I want to know, is it only in Ghana that Christians actually celebrate Salah, or with the Muslims? Is it only in Ghana that Muslims also celebrate Christmas or go to church? I'm not going to lie. There have been Christians who have been to the mosque before, and Muslims who have been to the church before. This is, nobody is telling me this. I have seen it. It is friends who invite their people to church, and they live peacefully. So I kind of wonder why Nigeria is different. I don't know what Ghana did differently, or I don't know what Nigeria is not doing. But you that you are watching me as an African, do you also have the same thing in your country? I really want to understand. Or is it only in Ghana that Christians and Muslims are really living together, and you can find a mosque here, you can find a church here which is very close together, and there's no issues? I'm trying to find out. I could have done this in the live stream, but I'm bringing it here. Whether you're from Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, South Africa, please let me know if Christians and Muslims live peacefully, just like they do in Ghana, but not in Nigeria. And to the Nigerians, please, let me understand why it is the way it is in Nigeria. Thank you.
Due to the insecurity problem in Nigeria, a lot of Nigerians are actually moving out of the country as we speak. A video coming from some of their airports suggests that most of them are actually leaving the country for fear of their lives, and the fact that, in the northern part of the country, there's insurgents and acts of terrorism. Most of these people leaving the country are not actually leaving Nigeria to either the UK or the US, right? They are coming into other African countries, and from what we are hearing, most of them are coming into Ghana. Because of the English that we speak, it makes sense for them not to go to Cameroon, for them not to go to Benin, for them not to go to Togo, but for them to come straight into Ghana. Now, one thing that is actually helping them to actually come into Ghana and get infiltrated into the population is because of the Hausa language. Now, if you go to Nigeria, most of us focus on the Yoruba and the Igbos, right? But the predominant language or ethnic group in Nigeria is actually the Hausas. They form about 30 to 35% of the population, right? A breakdown will tell you that Yoruba has about 15.5% of the population. Igbos have about 15.2% of the population. Then you have the Fulani who form about 6% of the population. Now, the reason they could actually move into Ghana without us noticing is because of the Hausa language. In Ghana, Hausa is also, a language spoken here, right? And it is the same language that is spoken in Nigeria too. So when they are moving in here, most of them disguise themselves as Ghanaians because they could speak the Hausa language. So at the border or at the immigration checkpoints, they speak this Hausa language and they move in. Most of the Nigerians, most of the Malians, most of the Ghanaians, a lot of them speak this Hausa language. So that is how come they're able to move into Ghana with ease. What is happening in Nigeria? Nobody wants to stay in the country any longer. And if they are moving out of the country, their default destination is Ghana, bro. The population of Ghana is just 35.3 million. The population of Nigeria is around 240 million people, right? So if 30% of 240 million people are actually houses, and these people are actually moving out of their country, even if all of them will not come into Ghana, most of them will come into Ghana, or a substantial number of them will come into Ghana, because Ghana looks like the most stable country in the entire sub-region. If you don't pay attention to this, it will get to a point in time where the Hausa population in Ghana will become massive, and when it becomes massive, that is where the problem starts. They start to claim ownership. They start to use this whole Islamic laws and order. They start to push for things to be done their way. And that is where it creates substantial problem. I'm not saying all houses are bad, but I'm just saying that if you pay attention to what is happening in Africa, and especially in our sub-region, The Hausa population are mostly Muslims, right? So when they become huge in your country, they start to push for their things to be done their way. We don't want that to happen in Ghana. In Nigeria, as we speak, there has been about 3 kidnappings in the northern part. The Kebi girls, you can't find them. See, we shouldn't be like, oh, Ghana, we are hospitable. We actually need to be on the lookout for these Hausa people who are disguising themselves as Ghanaians and send them back into Nigeria.
I want to read these comments by Ghanaians to see how Ghanaians actually think. Now, Jonah Boy said, in Ghana we study religious and moral education. You get the sense there. Not Christian religion or Islamic religion. They study religious and moral education together, RME. Right? Together. There is nothing that separates them. That's where the unity starts. Now watch this. 38 word 4 said, in Ghana, when we go for a meeting and a Christian gives the opening prayer, a Muslim gives the closing prayer. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, this unique classic said, but I have Nigerian friends here, Muslim. We're very cool. Even I'm planning Xmas giveaway for them. Very beautiful. Now, Andrew Dapo says, the chief imam here is the most respected person in Ghana, and even pastors go there for his blessing. That's really beautiful. That's really beautiful. Now, let's go. You see Shogri said, in the northern part of Ghana, which is a Muslim-dominated society, the Muslims celebrate Easter more than Christians. Okay, let me go. Jimmy said, bro, my Muslim friend has a spiritual father who's a pastor. That's better for you. Now, Ramsey Ghana said, Nigerians call stew soup, and they call soup instead stew. So you're very right. That's right. Now, that is Bray to Nana Wabena says, me as a Christian, my best choral song is titled Now, George Abo said the same thing. He said the problem is that Nigerians teach Christian religious knowledge and Islamic religious studies in basic and secondary school, which is not education but an indoctrination. That's so true. That's so true. Now, sorry, I'm not reading everyone's, like they're actually very funny and educating ones here. And say we celebrate Eid al-Fitr and Christmas together. That's Ghana for you. That's Ghana for you. We are Christians first before Islam and Christianity. Sorry, we are Ghanaians first before Islam and Christianity. That's very beautiful. That's real. Now, Abbas Donko said, what you need to understand is we are all brothers and sisters from another mother. Preach, my brother. And for religion freedom of preach, my brother. Then AKC77, my Ghanaian sister, said, we wear the white jalabi to 31st night at church. And that's in fact they follow up to dance, and we move from church to church. After we go to buy waki, that's mostly made best by Muslims in the morning and eat together. This is love. You see, love begets peace. Do you understand? And this is exactly what God wants. Alright? Now, say the user 559 said, as I'm watching, I'm fanning Amelia fire for roadside. I want to buy cocoa and kosa to eat. Our best mothers are Muslim women in Ghana. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, Peace Seeker said, even in the university, I read a course called Religion in Africa. The lecturer was a Muslim and never looked down on any of the religions. I even fell in love with African traditional religion. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, say we were Christians years ago. We lived in Muslim community during my sister's child outdooring. They came to help us prepare for the occasion, cooking, cleaning, etc. Beautiful. This by grace. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, 1, 2, 3. Grace Bound SN said, it's weird how my Muslim friends celebrate Christmas more than me. They actually push me out to go chill with them. Oh man. Now Gawa's boy said, I chop straight people's meat this Xmas. They have started counting days for salad. Now, Muhammad Ahmed Ayuwa Bakayoko said, I'm a Muslim, but I attended Christian school from 1989 to 2000. Freeman Methodist Church. Freeman Methodist School. Evidence. That's beautiful. Religious and moral education by the Morning Star. Now, that's beautiful. That's really beautiful. That's really beautiful. Ghanaians, I love these guys. I love these guys. Ah, man. He said, I know a pastor in Ghana who has beautiful. That's beautiful, but that's coming.
Nigeria is bleeding. Family, this will not be joking video. As I dey talk, and this will not be advice na warning. If you know say you be cultist, any cult where you dey, whether you be Ayes, Tutu, Vikings, Buccaneer, Sea Dog, Pirates, Jurist, any cult where you dey, this is the time for you to bring out your tools. There's war. The country is bleeding. If you like sit down on and say not concern me, not concern this one, before you know they go come our doorstep. Now our parents can't go to the farm, people can't go to church anymore. The cult not be to oppress people. Go and do findings. Now go ask pollution. The history, the godfather of confraternity. See, it was to fight against oppression and injustice. Now injustice don't they go off our nose. We close our eyes, say we'll not see them. Let us put heads together. We'll go fight these people. Battles where you keep hide. Not be to go by your brother. Bring her, come out, motivate this thing. If you not like, make you do like say no concern us. The same way rob Peter. You go rob Paul before Peter no. I not take my advice, but what is enough for the world? Not to say we not tell ourselves. Not to say not tell you.
Pray for Nigeria. Nigeria is really bleeding. At this point, you could tell that Nigeria has a lot to learn from Ghana, because you could literally tell what he said on the comment section. In Ghana, they don't study anything like Christian religion, Muslim, Islamic religion. They study religion. When they go for meetings, a Christian opens the open prayer while a Muslim does the ending of the prayer. Why in Nigeria educational system, they separate it as Christian religion, Muslim religion, which some of these things actually causes conflict in the country. So currently, Nigeria is bleeding. Muslims are buying the Christians in the north, which is not like that in Ghana. You could recently see in Ghana a church close to a mosque and a mosque close to a church. After church, everybody shake their hands and everybody goes to their house peacefully, living peacefully. These kind of things can never happen in Nigeria without a comparison. Nigerians is living in a fear and shelter. Like a whole lot of things is happening to Nigeria. At this point, if only Nigeria government can swallow their pride and come to learn from Ghanaian government, because Ghanaians have had in their history the best government system in their life, which Nigeria also need to learn, because Nigeria is too big for just one person to govern. I still say that Nigerians should just close their eyes and come to learn from Ghana government. It's not a bad thing. It's not a shame thing. In fact, it's a new development. But funny enough, I think that one of the things that is making Nigerians to not even have good government is because they have government that are drained upstairs. Then how do someone that does not even have anything to offer anything to each citizen of that are worth 200 and something million people? In fact, this is really terrible. Nigerians are really living in fear. Living in fear, and the government is not even saying anything about it. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts on the comment section. They have all spoken well. Let me know your thoughts on the comment section. Please do well by liking this video and also pray for Nigeria. Thank you so much. Share this video so that people can know what is happening and know that Ghana have a very good religious system. Thank you. I'll see you on my next one. Bye.